Hello, I'm Greg Hartjes, Superintendent for the Appleton Area School District. Thank you for joining me for this video where I'm going to answer the question, what has the Appleton Area School District done to control expense increases? And when we look at our expenses, 80% of those expenses are tied up in staffing. We're a people business, that's what we do. And so when we look at all of our employees, which is just under 2,000, plus those that we contract with for transportation, food service, and cleaning services, like I said, the salaries and benefits add up to about 80% of our budget. And then I'm also going to talk about savings in the area of facilities. So when we look at staffing, we have reduced our classroom teachers by 62 over the past 8 years, and that totals approximately $6 million in savings. And that's because we staff all of our classrooms on a ratio at the elementary, middle, and high school level. And then also this year, we have not filled many non-teaching positions, saving us approximately $700,000. These are positions that are the furthest away from the classroom and students. Now, we have over that period of time, though, we've added some staffing, and it's to improve educational programming, like adding STEM classes or moving the 6th grade to the middle school. Both of those were done through the approval of our community in our 2022 referendum. We have increased in operations in several areas, but just 7 positions where we look at always trying to manage, is it better for us to contract out or should we hire internally? And then we've restructured many positions over those years. In addition, we've increased staffing in areas where we see student needs. And one of those is to reduce class sizes at kindergarten, 1st and 2nd grade. And we did that through, again, the 2022 referendum. It was approved by our community. We've added positions around our homelessness. We have tripled our number of homeless students over the last 5 years. So we added a homeless coordinator. We have 2 social workers that work with students around attendance. We have increased in nurses, and then also staff that are working with students around alcohol and other drug issues. Special education, these are legally required positions that we have to add based on student disabilities. English learners, we have to add legally to meet the needs of students who are learning English as their second language. And then we have miscellaneous positions that came out of ESSER dollars, which are part of ARPA, and then we have moved over to our full-time budget. All right, I want to talk about salaries right now because salaries are the largest budget outlay for us, and we're looking at how do we manage to meet inflationary increases for our employees. And over the last 3 years, it's been a struggle, but we've managed it as best we can. So in 22-23, we had no funding increase from state or local property taxes, but the inflation rate was 4.70. So many districts across our area and across the state were giving salary increases that year of 4.70%. Wanting to balance the fact that we know we're competing against those other districts for the best staff, the best teachers and counselors and LMC specialists and so on, and also private sector, but we couldn't afford a 4.7% increase. We did a 3.75. 23-24, we did get a revenue increase, so that's our funding, but the inflation rate was 8%. Again, many districts were giving 8% increases. We knew we couldn't afford to do that. We have 6.47. And then last year, again, we were not able to reach the amount of inflation. We did the best that we could within our budget. Now, I want to talk about health plan because our health plan costs are the second highest after salaries. And so for many years, we were bouncing every 2 years from one carrier to another to get better rates. And the last carrier we were with, GHT, we spent about $29 million in 2020, but we were seeing increases with GHT that we couldn't afford. And again, we do provide care for approximately 5,000 lives. So you think 2,000 employees and then their family members. Now, not all of our employees take our health plan, but a large percentage do. So what we did in 2020 at the end of that year is we moved to a narrow network, and our staff members really did a great job of being good consumers of our healthcare. The new gen product that we were in with for 2 years really, you can see, kept our costs almost level, in fact. The problem is at the end of 2022, NewGen went out of business. We have to go back out and look for a carrier, and we didn't find any that would be less than 25%. So we ultimately decided to self-fund in 23, 24, and again 25. Unfortunately, the best estimates that we got, our costs have exceeded those estimates significantly. So you can see we paid $29.5 million in 2022 for our health plan. We're going to pay 41.4 roughly this year, 2025. Our runouts go through about March, but that's a significant cost increase, and we've worked so hard and made so many changes to try to improve and to manage costs, and it just hasn't worked out very well for us. We've had some luck, I guess, in facilities and operations. We did consolidate Columbus, saved about $500,000 there. We created a special education program that brought back into our district some kids that were being educated in residential facilities or private facilities, and that saved us $300,000 this year. We moved one of our charter schools, ABS, to open space at Huntley, saved $100,000, and then we froze department budgets like curriculum and instruction, tech services, facilities and operations, and saved about $300,000 there. So we have kind of mixed success, I guess, in terms of where we've worked really hard to have savings in our health plan, and it hasn't worked out for us. In facilities and operations, we have been able to save some dollars, and then in staffing as well. So thank you for watching this video. Look for more as we approach our referendum on April 7th.